Zero tails. You know, in the Naruto world, if something has a tail, big teeth, or glows when it's angry, chances are it's trouble. But Zero Tails is a whole different brand of nightmare. This thing made its grand appearance in Naruto Shippuden, Bonds, and I swear, it's like someone looked at a leech, slapped a weird mask on it, and said, yeah, that's terrifying enough. Sealed inside Amaru, a young girl from a tiny, forgotten country, Zero Tails didn't need the fame of a tailed beast to flex its power. It may not come from the 10 tails, but when both Naruto and Sasuke are sweating bullets, you know we're dealing with something beyond your average Saturday night villain. The real danger? Those freakishly long tentacles. They lash out like living whips, wrapping around targets and sucking chakra faster than a vacuum cleaner on steroids. One wrong move and you're drained dry before you can blink. And here's the kicker. Even decapitation isn't a problem. You chop its head off, it just grows back like nothing happened. This regeneration makes it practically immortal in combat. When it absorbs enough dark chakra, Zero Tails mutates into a massive towering form, stronger, meaner, and so durable you might as well be punching a mountain. It's the kind of upgrade that makes you realize why Naruto had to dig deep into Kurama's power just to keep up. During the fight, this thing nearly had Naruto completely drained, if not for quick thinking and the plot armor we all know and love. Both Naruto and Sasuke could have been dinner for this dark parasite. Konoha didn't take a direct hit from Zero Tails, but let's be honest, if this monster showed up near the village, it could take out entire squads of shinobi without breaking a sweat. The fact that it was sealed inside an unassuming girl only makes it scarier. You'd never see it coming until it's too late. I mean, who would have thought that a goofy-faced leech could hand Naruto such a beating? Zero Tails isn't some mindless beast. It's a shadow that clings, drains, and refuses to die. In short, if you see it, run. And if you can't run, well, hope you've got a Biju in your back pocket. Now, if you've made it this far, welcome to the amazing world of anime. This is the place for true fans like you, where we celebrate all the magic, action, and emotions anime brings to our lives. You've watched, you've felt the hype, you've been lost in these beautiful fantasy worlds, but, have you hit that subscribe button yet? Right now, almost 90% of you are watching without subscribing. Just imagine, if everyone hits sub, we could build one of the strongest anime communities out there. So, go ahead, click that subscribe button right now so you won't miss any new episodes, deep dive breakdowns, or awesome anime content coming your way. Thank you so much. Satori. If Zero Tails is creepy, Satori is pure nightmare fuel. This thing comes straight from Naruto, blood prison, and is born from one of the most dangerous relics in ninja history, the Box of Ultimate Bliss. Sounds nice, right? Wrong. This box isn't granting you a free vacation. Open it, and you're either getting possessed or eaten alive. In Satori's case, it's the former. And trust me, the result is worse than you think. Imagine every ugly monster you've ever seen mashed together into one hulking frame. That's Satori. In terms of size, it's in the same league as a tailed beast, but that's where the comparison ends. Satori has the unnerving ability to read minds, which basically means any plan you come up with is useless before you even move. Try to trick it, forget it. It will know your next step before you do. Its main offense is firing razor-sharp quills that can pierce through almost any defense, walls, armor, even chakra-based barriers. To make matters worse, the Box of Ultimate Bliss grants it near invulnerability. Even Naruto in Sage Mode couldn't scratch it. Now picture this, Satori taking on Naruto, Kakashi, Guy, and a whole squad of high-level shinobi, all at the same time, and still holding its ground. It came dangerously close to helping its master dominate the entire ninja world. At one point, it impaled Naruto right through the stomach. Without protagonist-level luck and the sacrifice of an ally, that would have been the end of our hero right there. And the most frustrating part, even after all that, Satori wasn't truly killed, just sealed back into the box like some evil to be continued, waiting to happen. Honestly, this thing could give even Madara's Kurama a run for its money. If that box ever ended up in the wrong hands, we'd be looking at a total ninja apocalypse. Satori isn't just strong. It's the kind of opponent that makes every shinobi wonder if maybe staying home was the better option. Moryo. If the previous monsters were scary, Moryo takes terrifying and cranks it up to 11. This demon isn't even from our world. It's a visitor from another realm, which already screams bad news. Moryo made its entrance in Naruto Shippuden, the Lost Tower, and honestly, it felt like the plot itself got darker the moment it showed up. Long before Naruto ever crossed paths with it, Moryo was sealed away by a powerful priestess from the land of demons. The seal was no joke. His soul and body were separated, locked away in different locations, just to make sure he never came back. But of course, in the Naruto universe, if there's a seal, someone's going to break it. Enter Yomi, a man with a death wish and questionable life choices. He willingly offered his own body as a temporary vessel to host Moryo's soul, planning to reunite it with its original body. Once that connection was made, Moryo's power surged to frightening levels. This demon could summon an army of nearly indestructible stone warriors, each one tough enough to overwhelm average shinobi without breaking a sweat. Its shadow-like tentacles moved with lightning speed, striking faster than most ninja could react. On top of that, Moryo wielded powerful genjutsu, not the mild, you see some crows type, but pitch-black darkness that swallows you whole. The Land of Demons priestess even prophesied that Moryo had the strength to kill Naruto instantly. And judging by how close it came, she wasn't exaggerating. In battle, Moryo nearly ended Naruto in seconds, leaving him no time to even process what happened. Defeating it required the ultimate sacrifice from the priestess, sealing it away once more. The whole encounter was a reminder that sometimes brute force isn't enough. You need sealing techniques and a lot of luck. If that priestess hadn't been there, the entire shinobi world might have been reduced to ashes. Moryo isn't just a monster. It's a force of destruction that makes you wonder why anyone thought waking it up was a good idea in the first place. Naruto's probably still grateful he doesn't have to add demon from another dimension to his regular threat list. Chimera. Now, if Moryo is ancient evil, Chimera is pure mad science. Or, well, mad ninjutsu. It's the twisted creation of Hiruko, a rogue ninja with a talent for breaking every rule in the book. Using his forbidden Chimera technique, Hiruko merged the abilities of his 3 loyal followers, Ichi, Ni, and San, into a single monstrous fusion. The result? A gigantic creature that looks like it crawled out of a nightmare and decided to set up shop in Konoha's worst day ever. This thing wasn't just big for show. It could unleash streams of fire hot enough to turn anyone into ash in seconds. And because it inherited multiple Kikkei Genkai, its fighting style was absurdly versatile, switching between powerful elemental attacks like it was flipping through a move list. The combination made it a walking, burning fortress that could take on squads of shinobi head-on. The Chimera didn't just fight, it dominated. At one point, it had an entire generation of Konoha's ninja scrambling for their lives. Its sheer durability meant that normal attacks bounced off, and the more it fought, the more chaos it caused. The only reason it was stopped was because Hiruko himself began to run low on chakra. Once the energy link between him and the beast weakened, the Chimera's strength plummeted, giving the shinobi a slim chance to take it down. Make no mistake, if Hiruko had decided to make more of these things, Konoha wouldn't just be in trouble, it would be rubble. The Chimera was the definition of overkill, and it proved that in the wrong hands, forbidden techniques can create threats even the strongest heroes struggle to handle. Sometimes, the scariest monsters aren't the ones born from legend. They're the ones made by people who should never have been given power in the first place. Nueve. If you thought only experienced shinobi could summon world-ending monsters, meet Sumire, a sweet-looking genin who just so happens to have a direct link to a lightning beast from another dimension. This is Nue, first appearing in Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. At first glance, it looks like some creative fan art. A body like a tiger, the tail of a snake, and a face that says, "I will end you." But make no mistake, Nue is no gimmick. Living in its own pocket dimension, Nue can appear and vanish from our world at will. Its most terrifying trait? The ability to drain chakra, much like Zero Tails. Only this time, it doesn't harm its master. That means Sumire can unleash it without worrying about backlash, making them a perfect destructive duo. And let's not gloss over the scale of its power. Many compare its raw chakra reserves to Kurama's. On top of that, it has insane speed for something so large, able to close distance and strike before most shinobi can react. Nue's space-time abilities make it even harder to counter. In fact, Naruto himself had to hold back during its attack on Konoha. Not because he didn't want to fight, but because if he tapped into Sage Mode or Kurama's chakra, he risked getting drained dry. Imagine being so dangerous that the 7th Hokage decides to sit one out. In the chaos, Nue managed to wreak havoc in the village while still being under the control of a Genin. Let that sink in. A rookie with a monster on par with a tailed beast is the kind of sentence that makes ANBU have sleepless nights. Honestly, Konoha should be counting their blessings that Sumiri's on their side now. Because if she wasn't, well, let's just say the village walls would be purely decorative. Gedo statue. From the moment it appears in Naruto Shippuden, the Gedo statue feels wrong. Not just creepy sculpture, wrong. More like, this thing could end civilizations, wrong. It's actually the empty husk of the 10 tails after its chakra was split into the 9-tailed beasts. Without its chakra, you'd think it'd be harmless. Yeah. No. Even as a shell, it's one of the most dangerous entities in the series. The Akatsuki used the Gedo statue as their main sealing tool for capturing and storing the tailed beasts. But it wasn't just a fancy prison. It could drain chakra from living beings, and Biju alike with terrifying speed. Think black hole for energy levels of pulling power. It could also summon massive spectral dragon heads that rip the souls straight out of its targets. Once Nagato or Obito called on it, the battlefield changed instantly. Even Jinchuriki like Naruto and Killer Bee weren't safe. This statue wasn't just dangerous in the moment. It was the linchpin in reviving the 10 tails itself, meaning every time it appeared, the entire shinobi world was one step closer to total annihilation. When Obito had it under his control, he tore through resistance, collecting Biju chakra like it was an afternoon errand. It's not flashy in the same way as some rampaging beasts, but make no mistake, Gedo statue is pure concentrated threat. If Naruto hadn't stopped the plan in time, Konoha wouldn't even have been a memory. Gargantuan crab. Sometimes, Naruto's enemies are terrifying because of their intelligence, their abilities, or their raw chakra. And then sometimes, it's just a giant crab the size of a small island. This massive crustacean appeared in the Three Tails appearance filler arc of Naruto Shippuden, episodes 89 to 112, as Orochimaru's personal sea monster, summoned to guard Isobu, the Three Tails. With armor that looked like it was made from reinforced concrete, this wasn't your average seafood. This was a full-blown aquatic tank. The gargantuan crab could generate massive waves, big enough to capsize ships and flood entire areas, just by swinging one of its colossal claws. That same claw could crush solid rock, flattening anything unlucky enough to get caught. Combine that with its natural armor, practically immune to standard attacks, and you've got a beast that's more fortress than animal. Even in terms of raw strength, it was considered on par with, or possibly stronger than, Isobu itself. When it appeared, the crab became a huge obstacle for Naruto and the Konoha team. Its sheer durability and ocean-based battlefield advantage slowed their mission to a crawl, giving Orochimaru and his allies more time to move forward with their plans. It took the combined efforts of multiple shinobi, working together to find openings in its defenses, just to take it down. Underwater combat was already a nightmare for most ninja, but throw in a monster that can create tsunamis, and you've basically got an unwinnable fight. If Naruto hadn't been around, the crab could have easily wiped out the entire task force, and maybe even given Konoha itself a very wet, very unpleasant day. Shiin. If most of these monsters are born of forbidden jutsu or ancient beasts, Shiin is powered by something even older, the legendary Stone of Gelel. making its appearance in Naruto the movie, Legend of the Stone of Gelel. Shiin was a summoned creature, infused with the raw, unstable energy of this ancient artifact. Just one look at it, and you'd know this wasn't something you'd want roaming free. Jagged, monstrous features, and an aura that screamed, "Extinction Event." The Gelel stone gave Shiin the power to unleash massive, devastating explosions, capable of wiping out entire regions in a single blast. Its energy control wasn't just destructive, it was overwhelming, giving it the strength to outclass most tailed beasts in direct combat. It could shift its form, adapting to the battlefield and unleashing area-wide attacks that left nowhere safe to stand. Even with Naruto, Gaara, and their allies on the field, Shiin proved to be a nearly unstoppable threat. At full strength, it had the potential to cause damage on a continental scale, the kind of monster that could change the map of the shinobi world overnight. The only way to stop it was to cut off its power source entirely, rendering it vulnerable. In the end, it was Temujin's sacrifice that ended the fight, neutralizing the Gelel stone and stopping Shiin's rampage. Without that intervention, this creature could have erased entire nations. It's a reminder that sometimes the most dangerous power isn't in the beast itself, but in what fuels it. And in Shiin's case, that fuel was practically a one-way ticket to the apocalypse. Thank you for watching till the end, and see you in the next video.